So in this video tutorial I'll teach you about vertebral column and what is the meaning of vertebral column. And as I have told you about the previous video, like there are two types of animals. Number one is vertebrate and number two is invertebrate. So in this video tutorial I'll teach you about, I'll explain you those animals which have vertebral column and we say them as a vertebrate animals. Vertebrate animals are those animals which have vertebral column, which have spine. Vertebral column means they have backbone. So such as human being, we have backbone, such as snakes, such as birds, such as frogs, such as fish. So these are the animals which have vertebral column. That is why we say them vertebrate animals. And those animals which do not have vertebral column, those animals are called invertebrate animal. Invertebrate as a name indicates that they do not have backbone, they do not have vertebral column, such as jellyfish, octopus, squid, butterflies, starfish. These are the animals which do not have vertebral column. That is why we say them invertebrate animals. So in this video tutorial I'll deeply explain you about groups of vertebrate animals. So there are 5 groups of vertebrate animal. Number 1 is bird, number 2 is mammal, number 3 is reptiles, number 4 is amphibians, and number 5 is fish. So there are 5 group of vertebrate animal: birds, mammal, amphibian, reptiles and fishes. So there are 5 group of vertebrate animal. So let's start one by one in a description way. First of all, we will start from we will overview. I'll tell you about the birds, which type of characteristics they have. So bird, number 1 characteristics of the bird is they lay eggs. Number 2 is they have wings and feather. Number 3 is they can fly. They can fly. And number 4 is they have lungs. And number 5 is their habitat. Let's talk about their habitat, where they live. What is the area where they want to live? The area is trees, land. Got it? So we have learned about characteristics of birds. Let's repeat what I have told you. They have wings and feather. They can fly. They have lungs. They lay eggs. And where they live on a trees. So these are 5 characteristics of bird. Now let's talk about mammal. We should know about characteristics of mammal. Number 1 is they have lungs. Whatever the animal it is, whatever the animal or whatever species it is, if it is living on land, it means it must have lungs. That is why it is living on a land. And whatever the animal, whatever the species it is, if it is living inside the water, it means it doesn't have lungs but it has gills. So let's talk about characteristics of mammal. First of all, as I have told you, they have lungs. Number 2 is their body have fur. What is mean by fur? Fur means hair. Just look at your arm. There is a little small hairs on your body. So that is called fur. Look at goat, cow, camel. Look at these animals, herbivore animals. Bear, what they have on their body? They have hairs on their body, and that is called fur. So this is number 2 character. Number 1 is lungs. Number 2 is they have fur on their bodies. Number 3, they produce young one. As I have told you, birds who lay eggs, And mammals are the animals who produce young one. They give birth of the young one. So there are 3 characters. Number 4 character is they feed their young one by milk. They feed their young one by milk. So these are the characteristics of mammal. Mammal have lungs, birds have lungs. That is why they cannot live inside the water, they cannot live in the water. Just suppose if any, and there are few animals like frog, they have both things, they have lungs as well as they have gills. So this is number 3 group of vertebrate animal. Let's talk about amphibian. Amphibian example is frog. Look at the frog skin. Its skin is moist. This is number 1 character of amphibian group. Their skin is moist. Number 2, their young one have gills, but in the adult stage these gills convert into lungs. So when they are young they live in the water, but when they convert into adult so they have lungs. They lay their eggs in the water. This is number 3 character of amphibian. They lay their egg in the water. And for amphibian, in different season they hibernate. They live on the ground. So these are the characteristics of amphibian. Now let's talk about reptiles. Reptiles means crocodile, snake. These animals have dry skin. Number 2 character is they have lungs. Number 3 character is they lay eggs. So these are the characteristics of reptiles. Now let's talk about the last animal group, which is fishes. Fishes means first of all their character is they have scaly skin. Number 2, they lay their egg in the water. Number 3, they have gills because they are living in the water, that is why they have gills. Number 4, their body is made up of stream-like structure to move in the water. So I have told you in this video tutorial, I have told you about 5 group of animal. I have tell you 5 group of animals, and all 5 animals are vertebrate animals. They have vertebral column, they have backbone. Number 1 animal is bird, number 2 mammal, number 3 reptiles, number 4 amphibian, number 5 is fishes. I have told you about their 5 characteristics of each group. Now let me tell you one more thing. Look at the penguin and ostrich. They are birds, but they cannot fly. They are flyless birds, and their structure is different from the other birds. Now look at whalefish and bat. They are mammals. But if you compare these 2 animals with the other animals which is living on a land, so their body structure is different. But why we say them mammals? Because whale and bat, they feed their young one by milk. That is why we say them mammals. And as whale fish is living in the water, so you will think about like whale fish has gills, but it's not true. whale fish has lungs, so it must have to come on the water surface for breathing. So great. So viewers, in this video I have talked you about different characteristics of 5 group of vertebrate animals, and I have told you about 2 types of animals, vertebrate and invertebrate. Vertebrate means those animals who do not have vertebrate animals are those animals who have vertebral column, and invertebrate are those animals who do not have vertebral column. And there are 5 groups of vertebrate animal. Number 1 is bird, number 2 mammal, number 3 fishes, number 4 amphibian, and number 5 is reptiles. And I have told that I have given you example of penguin and ostrich, why we say them flyless bird. I have told you about whale fish, I have told you about that. So viewers, I hope you like my video. If you really like my video, just share with your friends and family, and please do thumbs up. Thank you so much.